Top 10 Things to Do in Hartford, Connecticut. Despite its relatively small size, Connecticut's cosmopolitan capital Hartford is packed with fun and interesting attractions. While atmospheric old buildings, churches and monuments can be found here and there, Hartford is also known as the insurance capital of the world due to all the headquarters of massive companies that dot its downtown. Besides a couple of brilliant theaters, the city hosts plenty of concerts, cultural events and festivals over the course of the year. While all these things to do in Hartford will keep you busy for a while, its gorgeous green spaces and well-tended parks are never far away for you to enjoy and relax in. 10. West Hartford Reservoir. Lying on the outskirts of Connecticut's capital is another scenic and serene spot for you to explore, the West Hartford Reservoir Recreation Area. Aside from being home to 6 large reservoirs, it has a wealth of gorgeous nature trails for visitors to hike or bike along with pristine woodlands, dramatic rock formations and fantastic views all on show. Described as West Hartford's version of Central Park, its forests and reservoirs really are a treat to traipse around with formations such as Fish Rock and Dragon Rock counting among its standout sites. 9. Hartford Stage. If instead of the great outdoors it is a spellbinding show that you are after, then the award-winning Hartford Stage is definitely the place to go. At its intimate auditorium in the center of town you can watch classic plays and contemporary dramas with epic musicals, holiday specials and innovative, international works also featuring in its packed schedule of events. 8. Connecticut Science Center. Just a stone's throw from the theater is another institution that is well worth checking out when in Hartford, the brilliant Connecticut Science Center. Home to over 160 hands-on STEM exhibits, 4 educational labs and a state-of-the-art 3D theater, its enthralling experiments, fun DIY activities and live demonstrations are sure to delight young and old alike. 7. Old State House. Formerly the Connecticut state capitol, the attractive Old State House is now instead preserved as a National Historic Landmark. Exhibiting an array of architectural styles, the charming centuries-old building lies right in the center of Hartford, in between the theater and science museum. On tours of its interior, you can learn about its fascinating past and explore its wonderfully restored chambers lined by portraits, paintings and informative plaques. 6. Bushnell Center for Performing Arts. Right next to the picturesque park of the same name you can find the phenomenal Bushnell Center for Performing Arts. Widely regarded to be the biggest and best venue of its kind in Connecticut, it puts on all kinds of plays, operas and musicals as well as concerts, dance shows and comedy nights at its 2 atmospheric theaters. 5. Harriet Beecher Stowe Center. Now protected as a historic house museum, the splendid Harriet Beecher Stowe Center offers up a very interesting insight into the life and legacy of the famous author and abolitionist. It was here in the west of Hartford that she lived for the last 23 years of her life with artifacts and exhibits, photos and manuscripts now exploring her umpteen achievements. Set right next to the Mark Twain House, the cottage-style property has lots of well-preserved rooms for you to amble around, replete with original furnishings and memorabilia. 4. Connecticut State Capitol. One of the most important and impressive buildings in the whole of the land of steady habits is the colossal Connecticut State Capitol. Lying along one side of Bushnell Park, it dominates and defines its surroundings with its glorious golden dome rising dramatically above the rest of its exquisite Eastlake-style architecture. Besides basking in its beauty and snapping photos of its fine features, visitors can also venture inside its equally attractive interior which contains historic artifacts and artworks, stained glass windows and a rotunda. 3. Elizabeth Park. Also located in the west of town is the idyllic Elizabeth Park which is home to all kinds of colorful plants, flowers, trees and shrubs. While it is mostly known for its ravishing rose garden which is the 3rd largest in the States, its gorgeous green spaces have ponds, greenhouses and a cafe for you to enjoy with bowling lawns and tennis courts also on offer. Since then, generations of locals and tourists have come to stroll around its blooming tulip, perennial and horticultural gardens. 2. Wadsworth Athenaeum Museum of Art. The oldest art museum in the entire country, the exceptional Wadsworth Athenaeum Museum of Art boasts an incredible collection of paintings, porcelains and sculptures. Set right in the city center, it has grand galleries full of amazing artworks for visitors to peruse with its thousands of decorative arts making up much of its extensive holdings. 1. Mark Twain House and Museum. Arguably the most popular tourist attraction in Hartford is the excellent Mark Twain House and Museum in the west end of town. Purposely built for the family 1 year prior, the magical mansion boasts some attractive if eclectic American high Gothic architecture with some saying it was designed to look like a riverboat. While its rooms are packed with authentic artifacts, furniture and memorabilia, interesting exhibits on Mark Twain, his characters and novels can be found in the museum's visitor center.